Hey y'all, it's Taya.
Hey sis, it's Kay.
Welcome y'all to Intentional Desires, where we talk about all topics on this roller coaster journey we call life.
Where we set our intentional desires. Where we're gonna laugh, talk, and drink.
So this week we're gonna talk about toxicity in all forms. Toxic people, toxic environments, toxic situations, everything. Girl.
Mm, mm, mm. What is the definition of toxic?
Let's look it up. Let me see. Let me
Let's
see what Google say.
Okay, well let me go check this little website out and see what they say about toxic.
Let's see. Toxic meaning.
Let's see. Toxic.
Now, Google says,
What Google say?
Poisonous, very harmful, unpleasant, in a pervasive or insidious way.
Mm. 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 Sounds like what? Trash?
Oh, girl, I think that, yeah.
That's what toxic is.
Yeah. So, what is it? So, Google says the meaning of being toxic is anyone whose behavior adds negativity and upset to your life. So, in a romantic romantic relationship, it is one that makes you feel unsupported, misunderstood, demeaned, or attacked.
Okay.
Yeah.
But isn't it like different kinds?
Yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of different kinds. You can be toxic at work, you can be toxic with your children, you can be toxic to yourself, you can be toxic to your romantic partner, you can be toxic to any and everything around you, your pets.
True. Just your energy alone can be
Toxic.
pretty much.
I think it's hard with toxicity because I don't think a lot of people know that they're being toxic.
Some people don't.
I think also with situations, you get into toxic situations and you don't know that it's toxic because you're so naive. You're so naive about it.
True.
You think this is the way it's supposed to be, or this is the way I saw it.
No.
And it's hard to get out once you're in.
Very. It's very.
Because some toxic situations are very one-sided.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a toxic relationship? Like a romantic relationship or even family?
Yes. But I'm going to plead the fifth. But yes.
And how did that affect you, or how did you handle it?
Oh, it affects you physically, and it does affect you mentally. It truly does, because you're in it. So when you're in it, you're being drained, you're being bumped around. It's a very interesting situation, if you can feel what I'm saying. Like, and it's hard to come out of it. It's hard. It's hard. But when you're out of it, it's a big relief. It's a big, basically,
Like an eye opener.
Yeah, like an eye opener, so it was a lot of praying. A lot of praying through it.
A lot of. So do you think that at some point maybe you were toxic and brought it in?
Had to, whatever my energy was putting out, it pulled back in. So I can't point the finger because I got to point the finger at me too.
Yeah.
Because that means my energy was pushing that out.
Right.
So.
And then how did you identify that you were in a toxic situation?
Things weren't how can I say this? Things weren't positive energy flow. Let's just say that. It wasn't any positive energy flow. None whatsoever. And then there can also be verbal toxicity too.
Oh, yeah. What
So
comes along with it?
that was part of the toxicity was a lot of verbal. So, when you have verbal toxicity, that brings you down a lot. It makes you feel very small, very like you're not worthy, or you're not, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but you're probably doing everything that you're doing correctly.
So do you think that it changes you?
Yes, it does. It truly does. You lose some parts of yourself that you have to go and find and get back. That's most definitely. You do lose pieces of yourself.
So how do you think, how do you think you were able to kind of transmute yourself out of that?
Ooh, that was a lot of spiritual work. A lot. It was a lot of spiritual work. Like it started within me.
So what triggered that? What triggered you wanting to get out versus what triggered you to get into it?
I didn't like feeling like that anymore. You get to that point where you don't want to feel like that
Tired.
anymore. Yeah, you're tired. You're tired,
Yeah.
and you hurt. You get tired of the crying. You get tired of the hurting. You get tired of the anger. You just get tired.
Yeah.
You just get tired, and you feel and know that it's time to move on and grow and heal. You know it. You know it.
And
you'll
so
know it.
what do you think triggered you into it? Like what put your energy? So I know you said it, like I said, I know you said it was your energy that you were putting out, but what triggered that negative energy? Or do you think that people are just negative up until a certain point?
People can be. People can be negative up to a certain point, but I know at that particular time in my life, I really wasn't pushing out negative. Now, maybe I might have felt that, but maybe my energy probably was saying something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was something that still wasn't healed within me that was still pushing and projecting that I didn't know, but found that out. Found that out.
Yeah, because I think I think actually it's mindset that you've learned and it's things that you know. And then also, like we talked about previous, just basically things that happen, you are not equipped with the tools. In our community too, as well.
Yes.
Because we are two great, beautiful African American queens.
Yes, we are.
One from the great South.
Okay, Louisiana.
And of course,
Woody.
Yanko. You're a great Yankee hair. You're a great Yankee hair. The New York City Queens chick.
Yes, we are both from two different worlds, but
I think we had similar things. Like I grew up, and my aunts and even though I saw really strong single Black women, and I don't want to paint that in a bad light.
And see, in the South, it was more family oriented things that we did. Like, girl, on Sundays after church, it was dinner at my grandmother. Like, it was maybe 5 cakes. Oh my God, it was a feast.
And see, I grew up wanting that.
Really?
Like I would see that, and I grew up wanting that. And then my aunts and uncles that are from the South, actually, my grandmother, our great matriarch, who's no longer with us, love you, Miss Britton, Mary
Rest in
Britton.
peace.
She Oh, I'm sorry. Let me revamp that. Her name is actually Mary Britton Jackson because I
Okay.
cannot forget my great grandpa, Gary. So they are actually from Fayetteville, West Virginia. I call it the
Okay.
tiniest town on earth because baby, it's 2 stoplights. If you pass them 2 stoplights, you ain't in Fayetteville, girl.
Really?
Yeah, you not in
But
Fayetteville.
if I'm right, wasn't Virginia like the major slave?
Well, see, you know what? I think I'm not sure, but because girl, it's been so long since I've been in school. Don't give me the line. I need to brush up on my Black history. Yes, I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry. I'm
But I
sorry.
think so. I think so. If I'm right, I think so.
But yeah, so
But also do know that a lot of toxicity do come from back family different
right,
curses. I'm just gonna say it curses.
yeah,
You know that does
different
follow.
stuff that
Yeah, that
follow
does
in chain of
follow.
command.
So
Yeah,
let's
because
not forget that as well too.
because so like I grew up wanting like the traditional and having the traditional mindset, but then it was like the mix of the strong single Black women and all
Oh,
of that. And then when we went down south, it was the strong Black women, and then there's all kinds of secrets and stuff that,
yes,
and of course in our community it's what goes on in this house
stays in
stays
this
in this
what
house.
and our culture had so many secrets. Like why? Why?
And it did not tell us.
Did not tell us nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I always wondered why.
Yeah, and you
What
never
was so
you and
secretive?
you couldn't ask
Why?
questions.
No,
That
and
you
couldn't ask no
don't
questions.
ask no
Don't
questions.
ask no
Do what
questions.
I said.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all you're gonna get.
Yeah. And
Tell you.
baby, that was toxic all in itself.
Very. And also with our young boys
Our boys. Mm-hmm.
of them bottling up their feelings.
Oh yeah. But that's so toxic, and that was
Very.
that we'll have to go more in depth
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that.
That's a whole different episode and timing.
But because if they did, they were punks. They're soft.
But that does not make them that.
And they have to rewire and learn.
How to get in touch and tap into their feelings.
Yeah, because they need to communicate with women who they have this idea of what a marriage should be because that's what we were told by women, and we're believing what a woman says versus what a man says because that might not be what he wants, and that's very toxic because y'all can't communicate.
True.
And it takes
And
them.
now communication is something that I had to work on too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of toxicity.
See?
Not being able to communicate.
Yeah.
And you thinking that you are, but you're not
You're not.
hearing the other person. You're just speaking to get your
Point across.
yeah. And it's and just the way our culture treats everything in general.
I know
even-
because our culture makes us, we have to be strong Black women.
and we have to do it all. We can't feel like we quit anywhere.
We have to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't always have to be strong.
No.
We truly don't.
And once you start letting go of some of that
Yeah.
and start really diving into these things,
Things will be a little different.
yeah, it actually changes your life completely.
It does.
Start asking why.
True. That's a start.
Start asking what. And don't be the old generation. Because our old generation doesn't answer questions.
No,
Don't be
they
them.
don't.
Answer your kids.
Please.
Answer your husband. Answer them people.
Yes.
Answer your friends.
Yes.
Tell them
Yes.
why.
Yes.
Try to work through situations with people.
And things will just might turn out a little better.
Yeah. But you have to want to not be toxic for it to work. So for the end of this episode, we'd like to set our intentions on just trying not to be toxic, to heal
Yes.
your toxicity.
Yes.
Let go of your ego and your thoughts of what Things should be
Do
all
the
the
work
time.
within. Do the work within. Start from where that first initial hurt began and heal from that hurt, and then work on to the next one, and then work on to the next one, and then work on to the next one. You're gonna start breaking. Oh, you're just gonna start breaking barriers around your heart. You're gonna start healing. Just do the work. Do the work. It's basically what it is. Just doing the work.
And so for the candle of this month, we'd like to introduce you to poison.
Ooh, Lord. Okay, mean. My kings. Poison. I think it sums up his actual name. If she poison, light it. Done deal. That's all I'm going to say. Light it away, my kings. Light it away.
Let all that energy go.
Let all that energy go. Reset.